Hello everybody and welcome back to Jewell Family Farm. My name is Teresa. Today we're going to be making some baked apples. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some nice, washed, clean apples. I think I'm going to do 4 apples today. These are Gala apples, and you can use Honeycrisp or because they're a bigger apple, so a Honeycrisp would really be good to do this with. These are kind of small, but you can get a bigger apple. Don't get Golden Delicious or a really soft apple because it just bakes up into mush. And so you want something that's, again, going to stay a little bit solid. So the first thing we're going to do is, I'll put these back in here. We're going to scoop out the core and the seeds. You want a pretty good opening here. You can use your knife to go in there to start it out. And then you can use this little melon baller, kind of go in there and scoop it out a little bit, make sure you get all the seeds and the core out. But you don't want to go all the way down to the bottom. Make sure all that's out though. Get as close to the bottom as you can without actually going through the bottom. Okay, so it kind of looks like that. It's pretty good hollow in there. You don't have to peel them. You can peel them if you want to. It'll be, maybe do the inside first and then peel them, I guess, would probably be better. But you usually want to keep this peel on there because if you don't, it's just going to like cook up and just be like a flat. It won't be a round, solid apple like this when you're done. Okay. These are nice and crisp. You just want to get all this. There's still some down in there. You want to make sure you get all that out. All right, that looks pretty good. You can cut this across the top. It just makes it look a little, I don't know, fancier maybe. That makes it look nice. I think I'll do the other one too. That looks nice. All right, do this one. Whoops. What do y'all think if the winter's going to be like here in Virginia this year? I don't know, it cooled off pretty fast compared to last year. Well, it cooled off fast last year, but then it warmed up and it was warm all winter or so. I don't know, but people are saying the woolly worms are all solid black this year. So if you guys are following the woolly worms, I don't know. I haven't read the almanac. All right, let's do one more. Let's see which one. Which one's bigger? I think this one. If you got any little boo-boos, you can like cut those little spots off. Try to get an apple that doesn't have any bruises in it. I mean, if it does, like this has got a little tiny bruise on it, and that's not going to hurt it. Just don't make sure that it's not, like really bruised. I don't know how that would taste. Look at that pretty pattern. It's like a little star inside of the apple. Got melon baller's about on its last leg. I need to get a new one, I guess. Well, it still works. I just need to take this thing off. All right, let me make this one look a little bit better. All right, so there's our 4 apples. Give this to the pigs. They did love the apple peels from the apple pie the other day. All right. All right, this recipe now, let me put this up. This recipe is not like, you can make it any way you want to. It's not a science. It's, you know, you can make your recipe, you can add more of this, less of that, whatever you like. So the things that I'm going to use in it for right now is I'm going to put some brown sugar in it. And I'm going to put some apple pie spice, and I'm going to put some cloves, I'm going to put some cinnamon, and I'm going to drizzle some honey on it, and I'm going to chop up some walnuts. Now you can use walnuts. Now, so I'm going to show you, this is it. I got 4 apples here, so I'm going to stuff these apples with this mixture that I'm getting ready to make right now. So, you know, however big your apples are will determine how much stuff you need. So you kind of have to play it by ear a little bit. So I'm just going to put some walnuts down here. I'm just going to chop them up. I don't know, I probably got, let's see. This is a 1/2 of a cup. So I probably got about maybe a little more than a 1/2 a cup. Almost a whole cup, but not quite, maybe 2/3 a cup. I'm going to just chop these up. You can use walnuts. Pecans would be good in it. I don't know about almonds. I don't know if that would be a good thing to put in there, but if you like almonds, and you know, chop them up and put them in there. You can put whatever you want to in there. You can add raisins to this mixture. You can add coconut. You know, just whatever you like. Okay, so I'm going to put walnuts in it. I might not need all that. That looks like a little much. I think I'll add it to the cinnamon, add it to the brown sugar and stuff, and maybe add some on top. So it's just a rough cut. I forgot to lay my butter out. Let me get some butter. Okay, we'll just start out with this. So I'm going to use a 1/2 a cup of brown sugar. Just going to mix that all up. We're going to stuff these apples with this mixture. All right, I'm going to put, the spices you use, that's up to you, whatever you like. I'm going to put, let's see. I'm going to put about a 1/2 of a teaspoon. This is a 1/4 teaspoon, so I'm going to use 2 of these to make a 1/2. 1/2 a teaspoon of apple pie spice. You know what I think I want to put in there? Some nutmeg. I think I'm going to add some nutmeg to it. I'm going to put maybe a 1/2 of a teaspoon, or maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I really like that. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of cloves in there, because I like cloves. Put less than a 1/4 teaspoon. And I'll put a little bit of cinnamon in there. About a teaspoon of cinnamon. Maybe I think a 1/2 a teaspoon of cinnamon. All right. Let me mix all this up. I'm going to stuff these apples. mash it down in there as good as you can. It'll make a juice in the bottom of this baking dish too. It'll run over into the baking dish and make a syrup like in it. All right. I have so much stuff left over. I have 2 more apples. I think I'll go ahead and put those in there too. I have my grandkids that live beside me, and my son-in-law, and I know that they will want to eat these. Of course, me and my husband want to eat them too. All right, so just core these out. All right, stuff these now. I think I'm going to mix a little bit of butter and some of these nuts. I'm trying to get these nuts out of here, these walnuts. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the rest of these nuts in here. And I think I'm going to, see, I'm just winging this. These you can do any way you want. You can add whatever you want. Do it the way you want. It's pretty simple. I think I'm going to melt me up some butter. Just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to pour this butter in here. I'm going to mix this up. I'm just going to lay it on top in a little dollop. But you know, you just get in your kitchen and just practice and you know, come up with your own recipes. You don't have to follow a recipe, you know, all the way. You can you know, try different things. You only learn by trying, right? Trial and error. This is easy though. This you can't mess this up. Alright, let me get this last little bit crammed on one of these. Oh, there's one I missed. Okay, that worked out good. Alright, now, if you want to, it's up to you. You can drizzle these with just a little bit of honey on top. This is honey from our bees. And that's it. You're going to stick these in a 350-degree oven. And again, you're going to use a toothpick. I'm going to let these cook for probably about 25 minutes. And then I'm going to stick a toothpick in the apple part. And if the apple part is tender, then they're done. All right, I'm going to stick these in. I'm going to put just a little bit of water in the bottom of this. So I put about a half a cup of water in the bottom. All right. and put them in the oven. And that's it. Easy peasy. A nice little treat. These also are good. Like sometimes, sometimes when I like to put them on the plate as a side dish. Sometimes it's like applesauce in a way. It's a little bit sweeter, but it's an extra something on the plate when you're short on, you know, maybe you have a meat and a salad or something, and or a meat and potato, and this would be an little extra on your plate. Or you could just serve it for desserts. It's good with ice cream also. So anyway, be back in a minute. Okay, so these took about 55 minutes to cook in the oven. I did have to turn the oven up just a little bit. So I turned it up to 400 for the last 10 minutes. But, okay. Let's see, you can see they stayed together. They stayed in their loose skin. Scoop that out of the way, it's still hot. Cut it open. You can see it's really tender. You can get a little bit of this juice out of here. Pour it over it. And if you want to, you can put a little dollop of ice cream right in the center. This is really, really, really hot. Just get a little piece here. It's really hot. Show you what this looks like. Can never figure out how to get it in the camera. The apple's really soft. The nuts are still a little bit crunchy. It tastes like apple cider a little bit. The spices in it are really good. It's a nice blend of spices. And it's really tasty. I never made it with nuts before. I never thought to put those in there, but these walnuts are really good in it. Looks really good. It's a nice fall dessert. Fits the season perfectly. Kids will love it. Everybody, I mean, if you like apple pie, you'll love this. This just doesn't have the crust with it. You could probably use Splenda. That I know that there's a brown sugar mix that Splenda puts out. It's half, I think, half brown sugar and half Splenda. I think you can use that in this. You don't have to use brown sugar. You can just use Splenda if you don't want the sugar. Maybe, I don't know, you probably do need to add a little bit of brown sugar. Maybe just, you know, a small amount with your Splenda. Just kind of mix it together and then, you know, put it in here. But you also can fix these in the microwave. They go to the microwave really well. You don't have to bake them in the oven. You just bake them in the microwave until they're soft. And I've done that before, and it works out well when you're on a, you know, you're wanting to hurry up and have something for dinner, and you'd like to have something sweet. works really good in the microwave. Alright, so I hope you try this. And like I said, you can mix and match your spices however you like them. Alright then, that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you try it, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Hope everybody's on an uphill swing, feeling better, and count your blessings. Bye.